Så er der bare på den her. Og du trykker space. Okay. Hello everybody. Welcome. It is hard to believe that we are actually here in a constructed speakers tent and everybody's here after all this work. So great to see all of you. We'll keep this short and sweet so we can get to the bar as quickly as possible. And then there will be much more in the speaker tent tomorrow. In no particular order, we'll go through a few things, and the first thing is the map. If some of you haven't seen it, we'll just, most of you have probably placed your tents by now, but just so you know, the north. Can you hear me? Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. So the speaker's tent is actually not on the map right now. Okay, let's start from the north. The quiet area way beyond the cabins is where you're supposed to not make any noise, goes without saying. So down, and that goes of course for the cabins, people in the cabins as well, because it's so close to the quiet area. Food area is where we have the food vendor at the parking space, and we have the outside kitchen here, which has grown considerably since last year. There's hot plates and small ovens and various things, and there's of course the fridges there as well. So if you rented a fridge shelf or a fridge, that's where you find them. The family area contains a sandbox and a fireplace and families. And there's also a sponsored young hackers tent, like it's basically just a tent with tables and chairs, but somewhere for somebody maybe to do something interesting for kids with, I don't know, Lego Mindstorms or whatever you can think of. Surrounding the bar is the noisy area, so if you are there, you are allowed a bit more noise than the rest of the venue. This was a planned location, a maybe location for the speakers tent, but it turned out that Void Village built a giant tent right there. So now this marks the location of Void's huge tent. So this is the speakers tent, which we're in now, and south of this line of trees is the nature area where we haven't really groomed. We haven't cut the grass and stuff, so it's a bit more raw, but it's still a very nice area. So if you like that, you can put up a hammock and chill there or whatever. Way to the south is the caravan area, and there's also an arcade village there, which I recommend you go check out. They have classic arcade games. That's it. You can check it out tomorrow when there's some more light to do it in. I just wanted to point out these are neighbors. Not all of them are angry, but not all of them are friendly. So we try to keep the noise facing the opposite direction, and in general, if you are somewhere near this border, then please keep the noise down so we can keep the complaints to a minimum. Okay, speaking of complaints, apparently last year we weren't supposed to get a liquor license. They figured that out this year. So when we called to get it renewed, we couldn't. So we worked around it because we're not allowed to have a cash bar because of some stupid regulations in Denmark. So we are working around it by introducing a local Bornhack currency called hacks. It is denominated in 1 hacks is worth 1 Danish kroner. So if you have 100 kroners, then you have 100 hacks. They are very nice, as you can see, and they are for sale at the bar, where you can also conveniently use them to buy alcohol. So yes, so yes, they are only sold to people with the wristbands, which is what makes this like a closed club instead of an open bar, which makes all the difference for some reason. So this is how you pay at the bar, and the food vendor will also accept them from tomorrow. So you can use them everywhere on the venue where you can buy stuff, but you can only get them at the bar. So we hope, of course, you won't have too much trouble using them. They're brightly colored and differently sized and stuff, so they should be as easily discernible, at least as the Danish currency is to foreigners. All right. I hope most of you have already seen our code of conduct. It is on our website, and it is mentioned in IRC and on Twitter and Facebook and everywhere. It is taped to the inside of the bathroom doors. So if you happen to be sitting out there at some point, you can have a quick gander at it. We basically want everybody to be absolutely clear on the rules here. There's a sad tendency for technology conferences to be plagued by harassment and similar things, and we will absolutely not tolerate that here. So please read the code of conduct and please follow it and just be awesome and excellent to each other, and we won't have any problems with it. If you do observe something or you think there's a problem, we have a few ways you can reach us. You can email conduct@bornhack.org. And we also have individual emails for if you prefer to speak to a male or female. And we also have a 24-hour phone number you can get in touch with, which also goes for non-conduct related stuff, of course. If you spot a fire, you should not call because. So by all means, get in touch with us. We take this very seriously, and we would like you all to as well.
So, yes. So luckily for whoa, that was very loud. Luckily for us, we have a lot of volunteers here who have signed up to help on various teams. The teams that are currently marked in bold are still open and are looking for volunteers to help out. Tomorrow there's going to be some team meetings for people who already have signed up, and people who haven't signed up can show up at the meetings marked in bold. The NOC team is going to meet in the NOC 210. The NOC team is led by Kramse, who's sitting down here. And the food team, CERT team, and logistic team are led by Thomas, who's going to be at the info desk at these different times. And the content team is going to meet up down here at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Cool. So additionally to the code of conduct that we just showed, last year we had some complaints about our photo policy. We're going to explain it a bit further. There's no crowd pictures here. If you take pictures, you have to ask for a permit from everyone who is in the picture before you take any photos. And there's no questions about that. So don't do crowd pictures without asking everyone before. Cool. Please check the website for program changes. We are going to make some changes as we go, but the program should be set in stone by tonight, before midnight. And after that, we will reach out to speakers and announce if there's actual changes on our social media channels. We have some really nice guys from Digu's Ponies team who's going to do a CTF here. There's going to be an introduction talk on Thursday here in the speakers tent at 10:30. So be there and hear what this Capture the Flag is all about.
Okay. Okay, as you may have seen on Twitter, and those of you who were here last year or who are used to attending Hacker Conference, we have an electronic badge again this year, and every participant will get one, and they will be handed out tomorrow during the lunch break between 12:30 and the introduction talk for the badge is at 1:30. So you go get your badge, get your lunch, and then go straight to the introduction talk, which is up here. I want to say a special thanks to the Labitat guys, who I hope they're here and not down soldering in the tent, because they've been soldering for days and weeks. Very well done. You will see the badge soon enough, but it is pretty awesome. And one of the features it has is it actually has the program for Bornhack in it, so you have it handy. And you can download a fresh firmware with the updated program when we do a program change. So that is very convenient. All right. So the shuttle bus, some of you have already used it. And those of you who were here last year know that you can use it for grocery shopping during the day. We have a trip at 10 a.m. and one at 4 in the afternoon, 4 p.m. Basically, you go to the food area in front of the food vendor and just kind of hang out. And then at those times, the driver will show up and you will jump into the car and go shop and come back. And that's basically it. You don't have forever at the shop. If like get your shopping done in 15 or 20 minutes, they don't want to hang around for an hour while you decide what to get. So be a bit quick about it. The shuttle bus drivers usually go to the nearest town called Kirkeby, where there's 2 or 3 different shops, and they are pretty close to each other. So there's a bit of choice. Also, if you have some sudden need to go to the airport or the ferry, we can, like we've done today during the build-up, and we will do during teardown. We can drive people to the airport or the ferry if you contact us well ahead of it, because we need to coordinate it with the shopping trips and find drivers. And yes, as you can imagine, people have been driving a lot, so a fair warning would be nice. Right, Council Network. Oh shit.
Skal jeg gøre noget, eller? No. Just a quick note, we have a very nice internet connection, a fiber connection from Born Fiber ISP, which is also the employer of Tykling. And we are building out the network. The base network is done, and we are going to push out a lot of access points tomorrow, so we will have bigger coverage of Wi-Fi. But it is working, and in the hack tent, which is just north of the bar, there's a hack tent which has a switch, which may work or may not work. I haven't tested it yet, but we have put it up, and we will put up more tomorrow.
Right. Some very nice participants has organized a scavenger hunt, which is awesome. We really love when participants make content for the camp, because we can't obviously think of everything, and we can't possibly have time to do everything. So this is a brilliant effort. Basically, you go to the main building by the food area, go inside the door to the right. In the window shelf, there's these checklists, scavenger lists with a bunch of tasks, and you try to see how many of them you can complete. It is very nice, and I encourage you to take part in it. Damn it. You might as well keep clapping, because of course this is our sponsors, and without them none of this would be possible at all. So thank you all of them.
Additionally to our sponsors, we would like to thank all the volunteers who came early for this camp to help us do the construction. This year has been much easier to do than last year, so let's give a round of applause for that as well.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go check out how those tokens work at the bar.
Så er vi sgu i gang.